All right, what's going on YouTube? So we are going to be doing a little comparison between the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 3 Classic. So the Mavic 3 Classic was just released. Mavic 2 Pro obviously has been out for quite a while now. So what we're going to be comparing between these two is the photo and the video resolution. So we're going to go ahead and jump outside to the testing ground and we're going to go ahead and take off.
All right, I actually tried to record this earlier, so it was too bright, it was too sunny outside, so I decided to wait. The sun goes down in about 15 minutes or so. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the Mavic 2 Pro first, photos, aperture f5.6, and then ISO for video is gonna be 400 because I don't have ND filters for the 3 Classic. So in D-Log, for the Mavic 3 Classic, it'll only let you go to ISO 400 and that's it. There's no like belower than that. For the Mavic 2, even in D-Log, I'm able to go to ISO 100. So we're gonna keep it at 400 for the 2 Pro, and we're gonna do video last, because I want the sun to be lower. So let's go ahead and just start this. We're gonna do photos only first, and then we're gonna do video, and then we're gonna switch over to the Mavic 3 and do the same thing. As far as comparisons go, the only thing I really wanna do for comparison wise is test if the video and photo quality on the 3 is any better than the 2 or vice versa. So basically this is just gonna be a photo and video comparison, so let's get it started.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
I'm gonna do a single shot. So right now my photo settings are ISO 100, aperture f5.6, and then I'm at 1/500th of a second. So that's just a single photo. And then I'm gonna do a bracket, because as far as the brackets go, I wanna see which one has the better dynamic range. So better dynamic range on a single photo, and then better dynamic range on a bracketed photo. We're at 213 feet right now for the Mavic 2. I did also take some daylight or some brighter photos when it was like 4 o'clock earlier, but it was still too sunny out for video. So, all right, so I'm shooting 4K 30 on the Mavic 2. ISO 400, I took the shutter down to 1/80th of a second. I'm at f11, unfortunately, and I'm still 0.7% or 0.07 overexposed on my EV. So I'm just gonna shoot a little video. This probably isn't gonna be anything spectacular. I just want to see which one has the better video quality. Now, like I said, I'm keeping this fair. I'm not putting an ND filter on the Mavic 2 Pro because if I do that, then it negates the whole thing. If I had ND filters for the 3, obviously I would put those on here and we would test these apples to apples. But I'm trying to keep this as fair as possible for something that I don't have ND filters for. All right, now I'm kind of pointed towards the sun a little bit, but my camera is still pointed down towards the like road and shit. So I'm 0.7 of an EV overexposed. I mean, I have plenty of Mavic 2 footage where like I've definitely shot it with ND filters on. I mean, the footage is good. There's no denying it. So I'm just trying to keep this apples to apples. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a return to home. Now, the only reason why I don't think that this will be a very good comparison is because the sun's going down, and so the further it goes down on the horizon, the more that is gonna have a little bit of a better opportunity to shine. I just really wish at the time of me purchasing the Classic 3 that there were Mavic 3 Classic ND filters available, but nobody had them in stock, not even DJI, so it is what it is. But we'll get to see if this does a precise return to home. I mean, that was pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start up the Mavic 3 Classic. Basically, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this apples to apples. So we're gonna try and do our best. Like I said, I did take some photos earlier, so I will also throw those up there that are more like daylight photos, so this way you can see which one has a better advantage in photos during the daytime.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
All right, so Mavic 3 Classic is in the air. We're going to be doing some testing with this guy. Now, I was at like 213 feet on the Mavic 2 Pro, so let's see what the 3. All right. All right, so I just shot my single bracket and I just shot a single photo and then my bracket. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're at 4K 30 on the Mavic 3 Classic. Aperture is f11 and my shutter speed is at 1/80th. So we're just gonna do some quick video with this guy. Also, I'm gonna throw in a little extra surprise on the Mavic 3 that I actually kind of enjoy. I haven't tested it out while I was flying yet, but it seems pretty cool. So basically all I'm doing is just trying to catch some footage, and this way we can compare the two. So I'm in D-Log, I'm in 4K 30, ISO 400, shutter is 1/80th, f11 aperture, and I'm actually negative 1.3 on my EV. So it's actually, like I said, it kind of sucks that the sun is going down a lot faster, but it is what it is. We're trying to keep this apples to apples, you know? All right. So I am currently still overexposed 4K 30. So I went ahead and pitched the gimbal down a little bit. So I'm actually negative. It would help if I were recording this. I might have to go back through and do another pass real quick, but the only problem is there's number one, no hood on the gimbal, so the lens is flaring up right now. And number two, the sun is not fully gone behind the horizon, so it is what it is. All right, and just make sure that all right, I'm gonna throw this up and I'm gonna shoot a little more video, and we're gonna do something kind of cool. All right, and that's pretty much it. So we are going to hop over to the computer, check all this out, and then I'll give you my final verdict.
So after that, my basic conclusion to these two drones is that the Mavic 2 and the Mavic 3, while they're both 20 megapixels, they're pretty neck and neck when it comes to photo quality. While the Mavic 3 is a tad bit sharper when you do zoom in, to be honest, if you're looking at these photos on anything other than social media, you're probably really not going to notice the difference a whole lot. You will notice the tad bit of sharpness over the Mavic 2, but honestly, I really think it's negatable. And as far as the video quality goes, same thing with the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 footage in 4K is definitely sharper than the Mavic 2 Pro's 4K. But again, like I said, if you are watching the footage on anything other than like social media platforms, so most people are probably viewing anything on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Vero, TikTok. It's pretty much all on your phone anyways, even in YouTube. So I would assume that most people probably aren't watching on anything bigger than a cell phone screen. There probably are some other people that do watch, like they go on Facebook on a computer or something. So just take that into consideration. But honestly, I think 90% of the time, most people are viewing stuff on their phones to begin with. So I really don't think that you're going to notice the quality difference a whole lot unless you zoom it into a larger screen. Now, with that being said, when I was looking at the photos between the Mavic 2 and the Mavic 3, there's just a tad bit of sharpness difference between the 2 and the 3. So I really don't think, unless you're zooming in a whole lot, that you're really going to notice it that much. And that's just my honest opinion. As far as the video quality goes, I will give it to the Mavic 3 that the Mavic 3's video imaging or the video quality is a lot better than the Mavic 2 Pro. Even in the high quality or the HQ mode on the Mavic 2 Pro, I did notice that the Mavic 3 still shined ahead of that. And honestly, I didn't even compare the 5.1K to the Mavic 2 because I felt that that would have been put it at a disadvantage because the Mavic 2 Pro does not have 5.1K. So we shot everything at 4K 30. As far as the photos go, I tried to keep it very similar. I think it was 100 ISO. I shot 5 AEB bracket. So I think it was like a shutter speed of 1/500th of a second. I did shoot some stuff in more sunny condition. So that was at 1/1000th of a second. But other than that, everything else was shot at aperture f5.6. And then I basically just let the camera do the rest. So ISO 100 and aperture is 5.6. As far as the video quality went, I had to keep the Mavic 2 Pro at ISO 400 in D-Log because the Mavic 3 did not have anything lower than ISO 400 in D-Log. I could have shot it in a normal color profile or even HLG, but most people are probably going to be shooting in, like a D-Log or D-Cine alike anyways. So just to keep that into consideration, those are my thoughts. I really didn't want to compare these two between like functionality, like track me modes and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, for the most part, you do get some people that do use the follow me modes and the track me modes, but I think 90% of the people that own either a Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic 3 are using it probably for professional uses in like real estate or wedding photography or videography. Honestly, I don't really see a lot of people using the Mavic 2 Pro for like a track me mode unless you're doing something specific like sports or like following a mountain biker or something like that. So just take that in consideration. I didn't really want to like go into that whole like what has better active track and what has better this and that, because to be honest, I mean, the Mavic 3 now is brand new in 2022 and the Mavic 2 Pro came out in, what was it, 2017 or 2018. So just take that into consideration. I mean, it's 4.5, 5 years old now. So if you guys like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you didn't like this video, also give it a thumbs up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. I'm Jordan, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.